I'm Merely Caruso. It's Thursday, August 13th. Today, Manitoba manhunt. And inmates daring escape from Milner Ridge Correctional Center, and the latest details from police. Also today, arrested and charged. How Winnipeg police are calling timeout on 3 security guards after assaulting Winnipeg CEBL star Teddy Allen. Plus, a fresh makeover.
There's a really unfortunate old concrete asphalt bit over here.
How a St. Vital Park pathway is getting some major upgrades. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. A 14-hour manhunt that left residents in southeastern Manitoba on edge has come to an end. Standing by live with the details is CTV's Milan Lukes. Milan, what can you tell us about this prison break?
Well, Marilee, RCMP say an inmate escaped Milner Ridge Correctional Center in the arm of Lac du Bonnet last night. Now, police say they were notified at 9 p.m. and started looking for him immediately using police dogs and drones. That search continued throughout the night, rattling residents until he was found this morning. RCMP say Justin Paul, age 44, escaped Milner Ridge, which houses minimum, medium, and maximum security adult male inmates. Court records show he has several outstanding charges, including robbery using a firearm and failure to comply with conditional release orders. Paul was last seen by a corrections officer walking northeast of the jail into a wooded area. He was later arrested at approximately 11 a.m., about 16 kilometers away in Lac du Bonnet, near Highway 11 and Minnewawa Street West. And as part of that search, RCMP also set up roadblocks and checked nearby properties. One resident, who lives several kilometers away, says he was woken up last night by RCMP officers.
Then at 11:30, we had some banging on our window in the front. So I grabbed my house coat, went to the front, and by the time I got there, there was 2 RCMP cruisers. They had spotlights and that, and they were speeding out of our driveway, going down the highway and going down to the next yard down the road from us.
Dan Goulet says he didn't know someone had escaped until 11 this morning. He says he would have liked police to send out an alert earlier. Paul has now been charged with escaping lawful custody, and as a reminder, none of his charges have been proven in court.
Milan, do we know how he escaped?
Well, Marilee, not at this time. However, a provincial spokesperson says any time an escape takes place, they conduct an internal review, but it is not clear if that results will be made public.
All right, thanks for this, Milan. A park pathway in St. Vital is getting a big makeover. Construction is officially set to begin this month on more than 705 meters of pathway at Brentford Park. The $284,000 project is also set to replace other portions of deteriorated asphalt within the area.
Project, and it'll certainly help out these people. There's a really unfortunate old concrete asphalt bit over here that no one knows if it was a turnaround or a basketball court or what it was, but that's going to be sodded over. So yeah, this park will look a lot better.
The rebuilt pathway is expected to be ready for use this fall. An early morning fire at a vacant Winnipeg home kept crews busy for more than 3 hours. That blaze broke out at a vacant home in the 500 block of Sherbrooke around 6 a.m. today. Crews launched an exterior attack using aerial ladder trucks after being met with heavy smoke and flames. No one was hurt, and the fire was declared under control just before 9 a.m.
Hard to say. It was fully engulfed when the crews showed up, so it was coming out of every window. So they were boarded up, so there was smoke and flame out of all the openings that were boarded up.
A nearby home was evacuated as a precaution, and a Winnipeg transit bus was used as a temporary shelter for displaced residents. That fire is under investigation. The Canadian Elite Basketball League's first attempt at a best-of-3 championship series was a complete wash. Serious problems on the court became clear about a minute into last night's game. Hey, did you catch that there? That's Winnipeg CEBL's point guard, Xavier Moon, struggling to regain his footing on the court, which is an unusual move from the 3-time Player of the Year. And he wasn't the only one slipping and sliding during last night's matchup against Brampton's Honey Badgers. The league canceled the game for what they called safety reasons, blaming condensation on the court at the Badgers' home arena. Now it's ditching the league's first attempt at a best-of-3 final series altogether. Instead, Game 2 in Winnipeg will now become the official championship matchup. The Sea Bears and Honey Badgers tip off 2:30 Saturday afternoon at Canada Life Centre. Additional ticket details will be announced by the Sea Bears, and the game will be carried live on TSN. And speaking of the Sea Bears, Winnipeg police have now charged 3 security guards for an assault on the team's star scorer. The Sea Bears said Teddy Allen was assaulted and sent to hospital back on August 3rd after allegedly being attacked by security at a city nightclub. Officers were called to a bar in the 400 block of Main Street in the early morning hours after learning the 28-year-old was injured during an altercation. Investigators identified 3 guards, which aged 35, 37 and 58, who yesterday were charged with assault causing bodily harm. In a statement released by the team, Allen says he is at home healing and hopes to return to the game in the fall. He didn't go into details about his injuries or what led to the assault. All right, let's bring Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Pretty nice one out there today.
Nice here in Winnipeg for now. If you're out in the southwest, there's a few scattered showers, particularly if you're around Minnedosa and Rapid City, but you can see there's not much to them. There's a lot more rain heading southwestern Manitoba's way, and some of that rain is going to make its way into Winnipeg. I will show you when this will all play out coming up, but for now, let's take a look through the CTV Live Eye. It is brought to you by Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, it's a little cloudy out there. It's 24 degrees with the Humidex. It feels a touch warmer, around 26. Very light winds, 4 kilometers an hour coming from the north-northeast. The pressure is dropping and the humidity is 46%. Out in traffic, it is busy for folks headed southbound. Actually, almost slow going for folks on the southbound span. Northbound is freely flowing there. One traffic note, Keewatin northbound, that curb lane, it's blocked. Expect delays there. That's Keewatin at Selkirk. The reason being a stalled truck.
I'm John Hendricks, and you'll never guess where I am. Well, actually, the sign kind of gives it away, doesn't it? I'm at the Chilean Pavilion, and there is an awful lot going on. Coming up, I'll take you behind the scenes of this fantastic Folklorama pavilion.
An upcoming bike ride in East St. Paul is looking to raise awareness and provide supports for people living with multiple sclerosis. The 2026 MS Bike East St. Paul ride raises funds for MS research, community support, and advocacy work. More than 100 participants will embark on the 2-day ride. MS Bike's ambassador John Wenke says his MS diagnosis spurred him to try out cycling.
I was kind of sad for a couple of years. Like, I got diagnosed in 2012, and in 2015, I figured, you know what, I needed something to challenge myself.
Okay.
I could do MS walk, but I figured everybody can walk. Maybe later on I'll do the MS walk if I can't bike anymore, so I just started biking. I bought a nice mountain bike from my neighbor's son, and just started biking, and I bike all the time. Every year I log about 1,000 kilometers before MS bike.
Pretty impressive. So far, this event has raised more than $114,000, which is about half of its goal. The ride leaves East St. Paul Arena August 22nd at 9 a.m. and wraps up on the 23rd. To learn more, you can head to msbike.ca.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
If you're looking to sign up for some fun activities once the temperatures cool down, the Winnipeg Leisure Guide has got you covered. The city's Fall 2026 Winter 2027 Leisure Guide is now out. Registration for all fall and winter activities, with the exception of winter swimming and skating, begins Tuesday, August 25th at 8 a.m. There are a number of ways you can register, including at Leisure Online by calling 311, in person at any city indoor pool during regular hours, and other locations including 395 Main Street. Registration for winter swimming and skating doesn't begin until December 15th. A new study finds the average Canadian family spent more on taxes last year than on basic necessities. Yeah, you heard that right. The study from the Fraser Institute found the average family spent 42% of their income on taxes, including income tax, sales tax, and property tax. Compare that to just about 36% of income that was spent on housing, food, and clothing combined. Researchers say taxes have grown more rapidly than any other single expenditure for the average family. Canada has confirmed it will compete at next month's Under-20 Women's World Cup, despite a growing dispute which has engulfed the soccer world. That dispute began after FIFA's president proposed and then abandoned a plan to carve off the commercial rights to the World Cup and sell 20% to private investors. The upcoming U20 World Cup will be the first FIFA competition since the UEFA voted to support a boycott of FIFA events. But Soccer Canada says nothing has changed from its end regarding plans to play in the tournament. We are getting a look at the Chilean Pavilion tonight, which explores the rich culture and diversity of the South American nation. And that is where we find CTV's John Hendricks already in the kitchen checking things out for us. John, get out of there.
I'm checking things out for you, checking things out for me. There is a lot of food in this pavilion, and so I make it my business to make myself at home in the kitchen. And let me tell you, if you're looking for some home cooking that tastes delicious, especially empanadas, this is the pavilion to come to. Now that, of course, isn't the only thing that they have here at this pavilion. Joined now by Elena, the head chef, as I like to call you. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about what you're working on right now.
Okay, so this is our seafood empanada, and it's a medley of seafood. There's shrimp, there's scallops, all kinds of delicious seafood. And we make it, and it's deep fried. So once it's made, it has onions. It's sort of like a beef, but it's seafood. And it's delicious because it is deep fried, as anything that's deep fried always delicious.
Now, obviously, we all know that empanadas are like really a staple in the Chilean diet. Fair to say?
Yes, yes. We have here some samples. This is our beef empanada. And here's our cheese empanada, very, very popular. And here is our sandwich that's called chacarero. And it's a beef sandwich with tomatoes and beans. And some people put mayo in it. And of course, you can't miss the verde, which is hot sauce.
You can't miss the hot sauce, that's for sure.
You can put it in anything. We put it on everything. We put it on the cheese empanada, beef, anywhere.
Even on the cheese?
Oh, it's the best with the cheese.
Great.
For me.
Come on.
For me. And here we have corn pie, which is the beef filling, and it also has a little bit of chicken, and it has a corn mix with basil.
Now, let me ask you a question, because when you're like basically making the actual empanada,
yes,
very important to make sure that you properly push down,
yes,
right? So you don't have any openings.
Right. And we do a little bit of a different look so we can tell them apart.
You mean you could tell who did it based on the way they do the...
I mean, there's the deep fried cheese, and this is deep fried seafood because of the...
So that's how you know the difference between the ones. So when you come down to this pavilion, take a look at the way that it was all put together.
Right.
But regardless of the one you pick, she was making it, and it's going to be delicious. So Marilee, I'm going to send it back to you, and then I may roll up my sleeves and see if I can help her out. More likely, I'll just be asked to get out.
I was going to say, don't mix up, don't pinch them wrong, because then everyone's going to be confused. Thanks, John.
That would be a shame.
I'm sure they're all good. No one will be disappointed. Thanks, John. An unexpected collaboration, why an internet giant is set to make a splash at TIFF. Those details coming up next in Spotlight. Brady is back now for Spotlight, and they say the last thing a fish would ever notice is the water.
That's right, but now a new exhibit at the WAG is inviting you to view your own environment with a fresh perspective.
A huge range of contemporary art, historical art, decorative art, paintings, sculptures.
It's called Terra Cognita Incognita, Latin for known land, unknown land. More than 125 works will explore how artists from various backgrounds have imagined and depicted landscapes across the ages. Featured artists include members of the Group of Seven, such as A.Y. Jackson and Lauren Harris, along with other Canadian artists, including painter Emily Carr and photographer Edward Bertinsky.
in a way that has us rethinking how we are looking at the permanent collection. It's an ongoing project that we've had at the WEG for the last few exhibitions, actually. So we're bringing up works that maybe we haven't seen in a long time, actually, that audiences haven't seen in a long time, that have been stored in the vaults.
The exhibit at the WEG begins with a free opening celebration Wednesday evening.
Some new details are coming to light regarding the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle.
A new indictment alleges their son, Nick Reiner, was lying in wait for his parents. That means he was allegedly hiding before attacking. Nick Reiner is accused of fatally stabbing his parents in their LA home last December. He has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder with a special circumstance after the new grand jury indictment was unsealed. The allegation of lying in wait also means Reiner is now eligible for the death penalty, which has been temporarily halted in the state.
Now to some surprising news from a K-pop idol.
Very. V from BTS has revealed to his fans that he is going through treatment for hearing loss. He said during a live stream he has about 30% hearing in his right ear. V also said he has been dealing with his hearing for more than 2 years, and his condition became worse when he was serving in the military. BTS is on a world tour right now. They will be in Toronto for 2 shows later this month.
As stars and filmmakers gather for TIFF next month, YouTube is also looking to make a bit of a splash of its own.
That's right. It will be hosting a brand new event and world premieres of its own.
Who's funnier, you or me? We're funnier together. No.
Comedian and celebrity interviewer Z-Way will debut 2 new episodes of her podcast, You'd Be an Iconic Guest, while Brave Wilderness founder Mark Vins will premiere a documentary about an expedition to the Galapagos Islands. The screenings will happen at a first-of-its-kind creator showcase and party. It will be co-hosted by Variety and part of TIFF's The Market screenings.
Interesting. All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Kick off your primetime lineup with The Big Bang Theory at 7. Children Ruin Everything is at 8. And at 9, it's time for Traders Canada. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at the Norwood Bridge. Traffic looking very well in both directions there. That stall I mentioned earlier, northbound Keewatin at Selkirk, that's been cleared out of the way. That's good news there. Cloudy, 24 degrees. I'll show you your full forecast, including when we'll see that rain coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
There's going to be a new Canadian face on the PGA Tour.
Dreaming about it for over 20 years, so yeah, it's an incredible feeling.
Craig Stefarak from Ottawa has won his 2nd straight Canadian PGA Championship. He is the first golfer of First Nations heritage to win the tournament. This win means Craig has secured a spot at next year's RBC Canadian Open. Before that, though, Craig will tune up his game at events in Finland, Sweden, and the UK.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady is back now with your Skywatch forecast. Not a bad day to be out on the links if you had some free time today.
No, certainly not here in the southeast. If you're in the southwest on a golf course right now, it might be a little sprinkly out there for you. Really just some isolated scattered showers. I'll zoom in once again. I was mentioning specifically Manitoba and Rapid City earlier. I'll stop the radar exactly where we are right now. You can see it was quite a soaking that went through Rapid City just now. It's pushed off to the east. Manitoba, it looks like the showers that came through there have moved off, but this is moving toward you, so you'll get likely another round of it, but there's again not much to it. Here in the southeast, it is drier, ditto for much of northwestern Ontario. Actually, more sunshine out there. You can see Kenora. Dryden looks pretty bright too. Some scattered showers. Looks like they're moving into the Sioux Lookout area. Speaking of northwestern Ontario, 24 in Kenora. Back on our side of the border here. Here in the southeast, Winnipeg and surrounding regions, 24, 25. A little cooler around Brandon and Dauphin, 23 in both of those communities. In the north right now, 18 in Thompson, Churchill, 16 degrees out the other way. Flin Flon in the Paw right around 21. Now, northern Manitoba finally got to see some sunshine today after days and days on end of unsettled weather over the region, bringing rounds and rounds of scattered showers. Not significant amounts of rain at any one time. However, if you are in southwestern Manitoba, you'll want to brace for a significant rainfall in the coming hours. So we have this system originating in the northern plains in the U.S., but it is spreading all kinds of rain already through Alberta and Saskatchewan. It's en route to Manitoba. Now, the Futurecast is one model. Now, it has some of that rain starting to move into places like Melita and Verdon overnight and then quickly spreading across the rest of southwestern Manitoba as we get a little further into Friday morning. Look at that, and it looks pretty heavy too, where that turns to yellow. That suggests a real soaking, pretty heavy rainfall. It will continue to expand north and to the east. As for Winnipeg and the southeast, well, the models are a little varied. The Futurecast wants to hold off that rain. It wants to keep it in southwestern Manitoba late into the afternoon. Other forecast models want to pull it along a little faster into the Red River Valley. This is important. Of course, we have the Burt block parties that are already getting underway right now, but we have Friday night show to be concerned about. Not that it will be affecting the show in any way. It just might affect how you want to dress if you're heading out to that party. Ditto for the Bomber game. Look at this. Overnight, you can see that rain will have arrived in Winnipeg and the surrounding areas and pushing further off to the southwest as well. It will be raining quite heavily. We'll get quite a soaking and into Saturday too. So for tonight for Winnipeg, 14 is a low, partly cloudy, northeast winds 20 kilometers an hour. Increasing clouds tomorrow, likely quite early in the day. 24 is our high, winds light out of the east at 10 kilometers an hour. And tomorrow is, of course, Friday. The UV index for the city is 6 or high. And then we will likely see rain or showers at least Saturday morning, 21 degrees, sunny and warmer Sunday, 24, 25 on Monday, mix of sun and cloud, now with the possibility of showers too. Tuesday, Wednesday, mix of sun and cloud, cooler, 21, 23 degrees, a little below normal for this time of year. Our first weather photo is very prairie picturesque, I would say. This is out at Steep Rock. That photo is from Greg, and Linda says they've been doing some hay baling out near Winnipeg Beach, as you can see there. If you want to send us your weather photo, the best way to do it is by email to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, after this story, you will probably give your bike helmet a second look before putting it on next time.
It was very unreal, so you had to kind of be there and take pictures to say this was real.
Yeah, you know what that is? A high school football player in Arkansas had a close call with a cottonmouth snake, which was wedged inside his helmet. Cottonmouth snakes are quite venomous, and one bite could be fatal. The professionals were called in to help get that snake out, and they even had some trouble. But eventually, they did manage to get the situation under control. See, this is why we suffer through -40 all January, so I don't have to deal with cottonmouth snakes in my helmets. That makes it all worth it. Remember that when it's very, very cold in January, because we don't have that problem here, thankfully.
Nope, we do not.
We're back at 6. Hope you'll join us then.